I guess we should just start shooting, eh? Start shooting?
Kaboom, everybody, shoot.
Let's go. Boom, boom. Oh, it's tether. No way.
If you can afford them.
There we go. So I'm going to try and focus and just like give the evil monologue that we've been doing for like the last couple of, I don't know, sort of like a month, but it really ramped up over the weekend. So basically what ended up happening, we're in Hull right now, so we already took out 3% in the like the last couple minutes, so we're good. So basically what ended up happening is Percy joined a low-sec power corp named CHEE5. The guy who Percy did it with, his name is Alec, or Dr. Knox in Discord. And basically, they were buddies. They were best buddies, and they had like this big idea to start their own alliance and get shit going and whatever. It was supposed to be a lot of fun. What had happened next, though, is that Percy had the great idea. It was like, hey, let's go join Pandemic Horde. Like, that'd be super fun. What he didn't account for, though, is that Alex did not want to join Pandemic Horde. So Percy, being the CEO of CHEE5 at the time, he transferred all the structures inside the C5 to the corporation. So, so he gave up his CEO title to Alec when he started joining over to Pandemic Horde, thinking that Alex was going to join Pandemic Horde as well. Okay. What happened next? So when Percy sort of stopped being CEO of CHEE5, Alex took literally all the structures under himself. He took everything under his wing himself, and which is fun. It's not fun. It's not fine. He didn't offer to give the structures back to Percy, and he didn't give them back to Trent either. So the people who actually put down the structures that are inside my C5 are Trent and Percy. Trent doesn't play a lot of Eve anymore. But Percy, he plays a fuck ton of Eve. And so the fact that Alex didn't immediately try to give them back to Percy sort of shows sort of like the evil villain that's like in the back of his head. I don't know. And then he started giving me Alex, he started giving me DMs about just like, hey, wouldn't it be really cool if we started using the C5 as like our base of operations for the Lowsec Corp? I'm like, you know what, that'd be actually kind of cool. That'd be kind of cool to get more people inside of the forts. It'd be kind of cool to get more people to start doing like wormhole content, and it'd be great. But then I started talking to my other buddies that are inside my wormhole group. They started getting direct messages from Alex being like, hey, you guys gotta play ball, or else like you guys gotta like drop your corpse and you gotta join CHEE5, or else Alex is going to evict your docking rights. I didn't like that. I didn't bring it up with him because it's, you know what, if this is the sort of shit he's going to want to pull with the people that I want to bring into my wormhole, that's not okay with me. I also made a very public announcement in my Discord, like, hey, if you're interested in joining like wormhole corporations, or you want to join like a wormhole group, I'm very friendly, I'm very easygoing, I love teaching people new things, you're going to make a fuck ton of ISK. He sent me a big direct message being like, hey, I saw you posted this in your Discord, it's fine. If I were a less cool dude, I would probably be a little pissed. I'm like, what the fuck? So right away, he's trying to sort of dictate how I run my life here in my C5. I didn't like that. So basically, I sort of left him on red for a little while, and then me, Kim, and Dark, we started talking to each other about like, hey, what should we, how else can we fuck this guy over? So we spent the next month saving, specifically me, mostly me. I spent the next month saving ISK. I started saving Xyler, so Xyler, he's in chat right now. He gave me 38 billion ISK and a whole bunch of large skill injectors and a whole bunch of other things. A lot of that money went to the new Fort Reserve that's inside of the C5 right now. So that was cool. So that was really fun. So I had to spend a lot of time during the summer crabbing, doing like gas huffing and all this other stuff in order to save up enough money to get a Fort Reserve as well as the core to the Fort Reserve inside of the C5. Hey Chaos, we're just talking about scamming the low-sec power corp that I was part of. Well, not scamming, just sort of taking back what's rightfully ours. What happened next though is that we told me and Kim and Dark, we were like, maybe we should try and get Percy and Trent involved, and but we're like, well, I don't know, Percy started doing his own thing and we don't really know Trent that well. So I finally reached out to Trent, like, hey Trent, do you have any dreadnoughts still inside the C5? He's like, yeah, I do. Why? I'm like, well, we're thinking about shooting down the old Fort Reserves. And he's like, what do you mean? So I sent him basically what I just told you guys about, just like how Alex stole the structures from Percy, didn't offer to give them back. He started asking me to play ball, like play under his own rules, sort of telling me how to dictate how I do things inside my C5, and sort of trying to tell like the people that I've been playing, like who've been helping me directly inside my C5 for the last couple of months, like how to, like what to do, basically trying to force people to do things under his rule. And then Trent's like, you want me to help? I'm like, yes, let's go. So we got Trent. He has a couple of dreadnoughts inside the C5 that hopefully he's here on grid somewhere, shooting down this fort. Did this man start slaying dick without a gun? Yeah. So he kept on sending me that, like, hey, can you get me a connection into the C5? Can you get me a connection to the C5? And I kept on like pushing him off the side. I'm like, yeah, man, I'll get you inside the C5. Don't worry. Just chill, dude. Just chill. I'll get you inside the C5. And then he started messaging Kim and Dark about getting inside the C5 because it's like Shad Squatch isn't helping me. I don't know what's going on with Shad Squatch. He's sort of like, he's not like helping me out. Can you guys get me inside the C5? And then Kim and Dark, they had the great idea of being like, you know what? Yeah, we'll get you inside the C5, but it's going to cost you. So my other Tunes account is connected directly with CHEE5. And I'm inside their Discord. So I saw that Alex just got a 10 billion ISK payment to like do some sort of like security thing for something that's happening in low sec later on in like a few months, right? So I'm like, hey, this guy's got money. Why don't we try to take that for ourselves? So Kim and Dark, they're like, yeah, we'll get you inside the C5, but you need to like, so I think in total, Kim took like almost 2 billion ISK in payments to get Alec a seed inside the C5. This is, yeah. So he kept on like, oh yeah, just like get me an entrance. So I think what Kim did is that he would give him false like tripwire. So I don't know if you ever use tripwire, but basically it's mapping wormhole connections to get people into wherever. So like if you're trying to get into my C5, I'll be like, go into this J space, go into this J space, go into this connection, then you'll make it. It's like a map. It's basically like a map of like wormholes. So basically, I think a couple of times Kim would send him on false directions, false places to go, and or we would roll the hole. He would show him like a real connection, but we would roll the hole so that he wouldn't be able to actually get inside of our C5. Oh yeah. I think that's what he's paying for. I think somebody. So Deviants, I think that's what Alex got paid for, is to run security. So I've leaked that information to a couple of different organizations that are very interested in helping relinquish those funds. I don't know. We'll see what happens. it's happening on a very specific date at a very specific time in a very specific spot in LoSec. So if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, because, you know, there might be a bomber fleet, or yeah, he tried to pay his way to get inside my hole. So he started getting really fucking pissy at Kim as well as Dark. So he started threatening, like, hey, we're going to revoke your docking rights. We're going to revoke your docking rights. And eventually he like kicked him out of like this this Forzer that we're shooting down right now. Well, Alex, what Kim did is he took one of his other accounts that's very new. It's only like 55 or I think it's like 55 or like 100 days old. And he sent he made a alt Discord account inside of my Discord, and I put him inside of my wormhole, secrets Discord that I have inside of my personal Discord. If you're not in it already, I'm just going to give you a little thing right here. Where the fuck are the owners? We're talking about that. We're talking about that right now. Yeah. So he's not sleeping right now. There's literally nobody inside of the Forzer. Like, the people that are part of the LoSec pirate organization, they never got a seat inside of the CHEE5. They never got a seat inside of the CHEE5. Last night, the owner of the CHEE5, he messaged me being like, hey man, you gotta get it like on the guns, or else they're going to put the structure into hull. Last night I was like, you know what, it's okay, like it's Eve. If I lose the forts, it's fine. And I already have like another Forzer down inside the CHEE5. So I think the guy who owns this Forzer, he got too depressed and he finally went to bed. But going back to like the Kim story, so Kim, after taking a bunch of fucking money from this Alex guy, he made a alt account, and we in Eve as well as in my Discord. And then he's like, hey, by the way, I'm inside Shad's C5. Do you want to like give me like an like I can give you an entrance. It's no problem. It's no problem. So he was paid another like 125 million isk by this Alex guy to get inside of the C5. And he's like, oh yeah, he's gonna be really cool. It's gonna be really great. But then we doctored some like images. I have like 300 screenshots of what happened over the weekend. So this newbie character who's supposed to get this guy inside the C5, Trent sent him $1 billion isk to not get Alex inside of the C5. So and then the newbie character went back to Alex, like, hey, this guy just paid me $1 billion isk not to let you inside the C5. I gotta be a good guy. I can't be a liar. I have morals. This guy just paid me $1 billion isk. He just paid me so much fucking money. There's no way that I'm not going to be able to like not let him inside my C5. and then so basically we were trying to just kept on like one-upping it, see how much money we can get out of it. And I guess he never wanted to pay the $1 billion to this newbie character, but then he was sending him like really, really mean like direct messages, like absolutely fucking brutal. So he was being really, really rude to this newbie character. And my buddy Kim, Michael, thank you for the 20 months of resubs. My buddy Kim, he actually was going to put up a giant Eve post in Reddit just bashing this guy for trying to make this newbie character want to quit Eve, but not as Kim, but as his newbie character. And he even made like a YouTube account to Trent has been going inside this dude's Discord and like absolutely like trolling the guy, basically taunting him for the last few days. The guy's been turned around like, hey, you're being really immature, you need to stop that. But it's like, man, you shouldn't have like taken our stuff. You shouldn't have taken our stuff and try and make it like your own. Like it's just so brutal. I have like a lot of things going on right now, so I'll try to do the lore dump as quickly as I can. Percy and Alex were friends. They made a corporation together. Percy was the corp leader for the longest time. Percy wanted to join Pandemic Horde. Alex did not. Percy joins Pandemic Horde. Alex did not, and Alex took all the structures inside of our CHEE5. I'm still living inside the CHEE5. Alex wants to try and help me. I don't think he wants to help me. I think he wants to turn all my hard work into something of his own. Right? Oh yeah. We were going to make like a big YouTube video about this as well, and I think Percy's working on a Reddit post. Okay, so Alex did join Horde, but then he quickly switched over back to being a low-sec alliance thing. And he kept the CHEE5 structures. He did not provoke my streaming rights because I'm a streamer and I have that streamer tank, I guess. I don't know. He was telling me that if I don't play ball with him, that he's going to kick me out of, basically, I don't know. He's not going to kick me out of my CHEE5, but he's going to make it, he's going to make it really, really hard for me to want to live here, right? He was also telling my friends who've been helping me with my CHEE5 for a really, really long time how to play. Basically, if you don't join my corporation, we're kicking you out of the CHEE5, and I didn't like that. I didn't like the sort of attitude and sort of the other shit he was trying to pull. I also made a really big Discord post being like, hey, if you want to join my CHEE5, send me a DM and I will love to have you come and join me. These are just the things you need to be able to do inside the CHEE5. These are my expectations. It'll be a lot of fun. No, it's not they don't want me to stream. It's he wants to turn my CHEE5 into his own little tiny fucking pocket. He wants to he was talking to me about how he wants to use it for blops, he wants to use it for ISK farming, he wants to use it for all this stuff, and I thought it was a really cool idea. But I quickly thought, I was talking to my other the Alex and Kim who live inside my CHEE5 with me, and they're like, hey, this is sound really sus. This guy's sending us weird direct messages. He stole this from you, and there's nothing else. So like the biggest thing that like was a red flag for me, there's nothing to prevent him from coming inside the CHEE5, unanchoring all the structures and taking it back to low sec with him, and then just selling it for his low sec shit. So like the corporation is called CHEE5. So there's just too much uncertainty having this guy that I literally know nothing about running my organization inside the CHEE5. So basically, we spent me, Kim, and Dark, the two other guys who live inside the CHEE5 with me, we spent the better half of last month trying to make sure that this guy does not get inside the CHEE5. We've been giving him false entrances. We've been ignoring his messages, but to keep it in his good graces, I've been going on fleets with him in K-Space. So I did a couple streams where I was flying around with him in K-Space trying to find shit to shoot. Right? And over the weekend, I have so many fucking screenshots of us taking money from him, us sending him on wild goose chases, us like being like, holy fuck, make sure you tell him this, and this. Make sure that you like let's try and get the structures out of him before we decide to blow up the whole kit and caboodle. Me, Kim, Dark, and all of our tunes, all the guys that are living inside the CHEE5, we got all of our stuff out while the guy was either online or offline. So it's everything that's inside this Forzer that's going to pop out, it's not ours. So I think I have like a couple like shuttles inside of here. So like it's going to be very boring, like kablooey. So but otherwise it's pretty cool. Yeah, Percy, Imminent already got all of Percy's stuff, so there's not gonna be anything that's gonna pop out here unless somebody else somehow got shit inside of with this. Oh yeah, okay, so this was the scariest part of the whole operation. Okay, you guys, shut the fuck up. I need to focus for the next 2 seconds. All right, Nightbot, shut the fuck up. Okay, so we have somebody who's part of who is part of Wingspan, right? Because my corporation is a Wingspan. ! Corp in chat if you don't believe me. I have somebody who's doing just PI inside my CHEE5. He's doing nothing but PI inside my CHEE5. I'm like, man, come on in, teach me how to do PI really good and whatever. Alex, the guy who we're fucking scamming out of these structures, he messaged this Wingspan guy and be like, hey, Chat Squatch is not helping me get inside the C5. The forts and all the structures inside the C5 are going down. I need you to get me in ASAP. Guess what? Who we didn't tell about the scam? It's this Wingspan guy. So, he's like, hey, I'm away from my computer right now. I'm just going to give you the information to my account. You can log into my account and scan your own entrance. I was like, no. And then I was like hanging out with my kids on Saturday, and I get a message from him, and he says like, hey, Shad Squatch, can we talk? I'm like, oh fuck. So I was like, you know what, this is too much to like type out. I'm just gonna call you. So I called him over Discord, and he told me this. I'm like, holy fucking shit. So luckily for us, I called him just in the nick of time for the guy to kick Alex out of his own fucking account. Fucking account. Yeah, you do, Michael. So that he couldn't get inside of the C5. The dude was this fucking close to like using this alternate account. Yeah, it is against EULA, right? It's against the rules, right? So luckily he didn't get himself fucked over. Okay. I'm gonna just unbashing this guy because this thing's going down in like the next 2 seconds. Okay, so basically what we want to do is have my tune, who's connected to CHEE5, the corporation that runs this, that's running my fortress right now. We want him to get the final kill on the forts, so it's a big fuck you to Alex, basically. So we're watching this dude get the last like a little bit of damage in. So it's down to 1%. Down to 1%. I know you fucking pandemic horde. You guys beat goons. Well, I'll even get drones on it. Fuck goons.
I'm in danger.
We'll get warriors on it. So this will be good. So we're like 1% down right now. No, they didn't kick me. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why I'm not getting kicked from this yet. So we're almost done with the loop pinata. Let's make sure we get a good angle, guys. I'll hide my face so you can see it all go down. We did it, boys. How fucking cool is that?
That's so much. Oh no, that's way more than I thought there was gonna be.
I know.
I
Oh.
was hoping for like 2. It's probably like part of the fit. Oh well.
Oh no. Yes, I lied. Alright, everyone, pre-loop. If there's anything of serious value, let us know. Like Marauders, Capitals, even like
Stars.
T2 ships.
No.
Well, there's half a bill in here.
Find a fort in the fort.
All right, so now what we're basically
We can get
doing
with the fort.
is we're going to go and start scooping loot.
Oh, it was 1.5 bill.